Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I'm going to take a walk today and I'm going to take you guys along. Put together a new lightweight get home bag that I want to try out. I always believe in trying out my gear before I actually throw it in my truck or decide to use it. Figured I'd have a little talk with you guys about some of the realities of taking long walks and get home bags and some of my experiences I'm going to share with you guys. So my wife was nice enough to drive me out here in the middle of nowhere and drop me off this morning. What's the temperature on the truck?
37.
It's 37 degrees. Looks like we got about I'd say an 8 to 10 mile an hour wind, and I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to just talk with you guys while I'm walking and share just some of the things about clothing and gear and mindset. But anyway, you guys stick around. Now, if this was an actual get home hike, I'd be walking at night. But walking at night doesn't make for a very good video. So on that note, the one thing that you want to have in your pack is you want to have yourself a headlamp that puts out red light. You want to have a red light. Red light doesn't stick out quite so much, and it's actually quite useful when you're walking at night. I know I've done walks at night, so it's one thing I wanted to bring up. Another thing, if you're out here walking and you're driving past a place when you're like trying to go home on your normal work day or whatever, and you drive past a house and a dog runs out and chases your car every time you drive past it, that's probably not a good house to do your get home walk by. So you kind of want to keep stuff like that in mind. As far as gear goes, gear is really subjective for what you're going, where you're going, what you're doing, and what you want to kind of accomplish. If I'm gonna stay out here, 5 days, I'm gonna need a lot more gear than what I got in here today. But because talking about a get home walk, speed is of the essence. So that's kind of why I'm timing myself as well here today. Another thing, when it comes to gear, I've had some time to watch a few get home bag videos recently, and I've heard some bad advice, I thought, in some of them. Probably the worst one was I got a brand new knife here. I've never used it before, but I want a brand new knife in my pack, so that's good and ready to go when I'm ready to bug out or whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you, I broke a brand new Ontario Rat 5 right out of the box. First time I ever used it. Now, if I had that mindset and I threw that in my pack and I didn't proof that gear, I didn't proof that knife would have broke on me the first time I needed it in a real world situation, and I would have been flocked. So you always want to proof your stuff, and then people put a lot of stuff in their bags that I don't get. If you want to try to make distance and you want to try to get home, kind of do it quickly and quietly as possible. Another thing is, put survival books in your bag. When you're walking to get home, you're probably not going to have time to read that information in those books, so that's something you want to do ahead of time. Another thing is like aluminum foil to make a cup out of. Why wouldn't you just carry a cup? I don't understand that. You want to carry a little piece of aluminum foil for something, that's fine, but to make a cup, I don't get that. Like I said, you might as well just throw a cup in your pack. Playing cards is another thing I've seen people put in their packs. I'm not going to sit down and play a game of solitaire while I'm out here. I'm going to try to get from point A to point B. There's plenty of other stuff to do. I'm going to turn the camera around here. I'm going to talk to you guys about water a second. One of the realities of getting home, doing walks like this, is you're going to have some type of water. And I actually brought water with me. I got a 32-ounce steel bottle in my pack. I got a large smart water bottle in my Joey pocket in the front of my sweatshirt here, and I also got a 16 ounce bottle that I have in my pack that I have filled full of that hydration stuff, kind of like Gatorade, but it's not Gatorade, it's a different brand. I put a couple packets of that in that bottle so I can alternate drinking my water with that hydration formula. I'm going to cross the road here now. I'm going to show you guys something. And this is the reality of collecting water here by me. You can see behind me here, that's a fairly significant ditch, and it's going to take a fair amount of time and energy to get down there, collect water, and come back up. Also, if it's really wet out and this ditch is full, this probably isn't going to be the best place to collect water, because you could fall in, cause yourself a whole another set of problems. So even though I got some bags without water, some bags with water, it all depends on where you're at, and you always want to keep in mind it takes time and energy to forage and collect water. Another reality of these get home walks for me is trespassing. Everything around here is private land, so anywhere that you go other than on the road is going to be trespassing. And I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of guns around here. 5, 6, 7 days into a SHTF event, people are going to start getting skittish. So it's something you want to keep in mind as far as, you don't want to be traipsing around in other people's woodlots or property. They might look at you as a threat or an interloper, and could be bad news all the way around. So that's another reason why speed is of the essence if you're trying to get from point A to point B. Another thing here, I'm sure you can hear the wind. The wind will absolutely leach the moisture out of your body through your exposed skin. You'll be freeze-dried on a day like today when it's 35, 40 degrees and there's a fairly stiff wind blowing and you're walking a long distance. That is just going to draw the moisture right out of you like a freeze dryer. So that's something else that you want to keep in mind. People talk about going cross country. That's cross country back there for me. See that plowed field? You walk a half mile across that plowed field, especially if it's muddy, you're going to wish you were never born. Your boots will cake with mud. You'll have a big old disc of mud on the back side of them, and you're going to have a hell of a time. So going cross country sometimes isn't the best either, because you're not going to make any time whatsoever. Just wanted to mention that here while I'm continuing my walk. Another thing I want to mention to you guys is headphones. I've got a pair of headphones in right now. I've always carried headphones with my packs. And the reason for that is I can listen, if the grid's still up, I can listen to either my phone for news or information or radio. I've got radios that I carry in my packs too. Just a good way to listen to info on the move if the grid is, of course, still up and running. Another thing is packs. See a lot of people, they got some huge packs on YouTube, and I've got big packs too. I've got some packs that are between 25 and 30 pounds, and but one thing that you always want to keep with you with those larger packs is another pack. I got one pack I call the filthy number 5. I keep that pack with my larger packs in case I want to break down my larger packs for whatever it is that I'm doing, because no two situations are going to be the same, and of course your gear isn't going to be the same as well. So that's just something that I wanted to mention to you guys too about packs. If you got a big pack and you think you need to carry a big pack, carry a small one as well. A couple more realities that I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to get home walks like this. The first one is footwear. You should carry different footwear with you, at least in my opinion. You should carry some type of shoes that are comfortable walking for you, and something like winter boots if you're in a cold weather climate. Now I'm wearing regular walking shoes today. In the winter time, I'd have boots with me. In the fall, when it's colder and damp, I might have hunting boots. Just all depends on what the weather and the season dictates. But you should have those options available to you. So if getting home from work is your main thing, you should have a couple different types of shoes in your vehicle. The next thing is pockets. Pockets are something that I think people just overlook when it comes to get home bags and stuff. This pack right here, I took my ferro rod, my piece of fat wood, my belt knife, and my Sawyer Mini. I put them in my pocket. The Joey pocket on the front of my sweatshirt, I stuck my bottle of water and my phone charger in my large bottle of water. And I got that stuff with me then. So even if dudes wearing leather pants and Wayfarers are chasing you, you can ditch your pack if you have to. Maybe that'll throw them off enough for you to get away. So you want to keep some essential stuff on your person, not in your pack, in case you ever got to ditch your pack. And there's lunch. Just kidding, I brought a MRE. Alright guys, I decided I was going to take a little bit of a break. I was going to show you my time on my fancy stopwatch, but of course it stopped working. My wife dropped me off at 7:42 on my phone, and it is now about 10:15, so that tells you about how long I've been walking. My pedometer on my phone app says I've walked 5.6 miles so far, and I'd have to say that's fairly accurate because I've been counting the mile markers as I've been walking. I decided I was going to take a little rest break here, and you can see where I am. I'm sitting down in a ditch, and now you know why I always wear camouflage and gray and green and browns and that kind of stuff, because cars can drive by here 55 miles an hour and they're not going to see me down here. It's a good place for me to rest. I actually got a little bit of water here. If I'd want to collect water here, it'd be kind of a good spot. I'm not going to show you all the gear in my bag. I'm going to do a separate video on that, so this isn't an obscenely long video, but I'm going to just turn the phone around real quick here while I get a little snack out, and I'm going to show you just what my bag looks like down inside. And this is where I'm sitting, kind of down out of the wind here, sitting on a culvert. Got some water running through here if I would need some. And here's my pack, just a little tube bag I got out of the 996 bin at Cabela's back at Christmas time. Got a bag here, garbage bag, if I wanted this to sit on, but I don't need it because I'm sitting on a nice corrugated piece of metal. Got my little accessory bag, whatever you want to call it, here on top. Got my socks and some wipes, that kind of stuff. You can see there I got some bars. I got a bottle of water that I mixed with some of that electrolyte mix, and then I got some other stuff down in there. I got an MRE, got a poncho liner, got a little portable stove with me if I want to heat something or boil water. And like I said, I'm going to do another video that shows exactly what I have in the bag here, break everything apart and kind of show you what I'm wearing and stuff. Got my hat there and my gloves, but I'm going to sit here and have lunch. And that's where I had lunch. Spent about 15 minutes just relaxing, had something to eat, had something to drink, stretched my legs out a little bit. Remember, you don't want to sit too long because you're going to stiffen up, especially if you're not used to walking. So you kind of want to keep your breaks short, of course, and you also want to make good time. So I'm going to get back on the road now. Bet you guys are always wondering why I always show A-10s and attack helicopters and shit in my videos. Well, sometimes when Michigan Air National Guard knows I'm doing a video like this, they'll send some A-10s around for my overwatch, because they know how important the modern refugee is to national security. Another reality that I want to talk to you guys about on this get home walk is people always show themselves when they're doing the get home thing, hanging out in the woods. Well, you see the woods back there? That's about 2 miles away. So that's quite a detour through potentially open hostile country. So you kind of want to keep that in mind when you're looking for a place to set up a shelter. Sometimes a ditch is as best as you're going to get. Another thing too is with my headphones in, you know, sometimes it's okay to have a little music playing or something to keep your morale up, something to get you stepping just a little bit faster. So don't overlook those things too, that kind of makes us still feel human when we're out here doing this kind of stuff. Just wanted to let that be known as well. All right, guys, I decided I'm going to sit down now, take another little break. It's 9.5 miles on my phone's pedometer, how far that I went this morning, and it is about 12:15. So it gives you a general idea how far I moved in that period of time. You can see here, down in here by the river, out of the wind a little bit, so you guys didn't have to listen to that wind blow while I'm doing my wrap up here. I'm not going to show you exactly how far I'm going to walk today because, you know, OPSEC bro. But anyway, my next video, I'm going to tear down my pack. I'm going to show you what I brought along for this trip here, and kind of go over some of that stuff. And you want to keep your pack a little bit light if you're going to have to do a quick move like this right here, because when you get to where you might have to spend the night, you're still going to need a little energy left to cut firewood or collect water, set up your shelter. You don't want to run her right till dark completely and then just collapse and don't have enough time to gather some resources that might help you have a lot better night. But anyway, I hope you guys got a little information here out of my little walk this morning, and like I said, stick around for that next video coming up here, where I go over my pack and some of the gear that I was wearing and some of the stuff that I had with me today. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. I appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment of what I do here, and you guys have a good one.